It is time for another Stop and Jot. Have your handout available, and we will begin this review. Once we had re-established some basic assessment terminology, we moved to a much more important topic, assessment and instruction, and we discussed the interconnectedness of these two powerful terms that is visually displayed in the assessment instruction cycle diagram. The key to this graphic is that it begins not with planning, which we have often thought was where teaching began, but with assessment first. Effective teaching begins with knowing your students and where they are in the learning process as it relates to grade level expectations. To determine where our students are academically, we begin with stage 1 and have to assess them. We have to gather data from the past and the present. However, having data for the sake of having data is worthless. Stage 2 is key, as this is where you evaluate the data. You analyze and interpret the data, asking yourself constantly, so what does this tell me about my students? Once we have made some strong inferences regarding how we think the data is informing us about the current status of achievement, we move to stage 3, plan, and we determine the best instruction we can provide at this point in time to correct areas of identified deficiency. Then stage 4 is the part we like best, and that is teach, as this is where we deliver the planned instruction. The key, though, to the interconnectedness of assessment and instruction is remembering that one leads to the other continuously. The word cycle means as you teach and/or after you teach, you assess, then evaluate, then plan, then teach, and then repeat. We then revisited and dug deeper into formative and summative assessment, as these are the types of assessment most commonly used to measure student performance in the classroom, especially formative, as it should occur constantly. This regular classroom assessment comes, of course, in the form of tests and quizzes and checklists that can be quantified, but it can and should also be coming constantly through qualitative collection measures while observing and listening to students and asking questions. Formative assessment is at the heart of the assessment instruction cycle. As we wrap up this Stop and Jot, I would like you to hold on to this statement. Teachers should be formally and informally gathering data constantly as they teach. This continuous gathering and evaluating of data to inform our planning and teaching is how we will narrow the achievement gaps among the students in our classrooms.